All right, welcome to KayoticVerse. We are going to get into the season 5.5 changes and patch notes. Like I said, we're gonna get into it. Boom. And I believe this season that ultimately we're just finding balance, and I think they're focusing on that pretty well. I think they're using Daredevil as the baseline for that, and I like it. I will not also be getting into Rogue. This is just a focus on patch notes. And like I said, I think the season 5.5 changes are focusing on fairness, combat flow, role clarity, and reducing extreme outliers. And they're doing that, in my opinion, by buffing other characters, not necessarily nerfing, because if we just start nerfing, then I think we lose a lot of creative expression. And like I said, we're going to get into the changes. All right, first change, Emma Frost. So her team up was removed against the team up next, but she received a base health and it increased by 50. So it went from 550 to 600. And that was due to the new team up right here with Luna Snow. And their team up is called Chilling Assault. Emma Frost now unlocks Ice Style Diamond Wall, basically it's an ice wall, a freezing enhancement tied to her diamond form visuals. And this was because she lost the Psylocke team up, as you see. But they gave her the 550 to her base health, which is fantastic. Now we're getting into Penny the Vanguard. Her health was just simply reduced by 50. So 750 to 700. We have the other Vanguards right here. Thor and Thane, they got some changes. Thor can now freely adjust his movement, directional, mid-dash. He can freely adjust movement direction mid-dash. It was previously locked into a straight rush, but now it's, multi-directional. All right, so with Thing, he got some buffs. I was kind of worried about him. It's okay though. It's okay. But so Stone Haymaker buff got a 8%. It went from 8% to 10%, allowing him to. He's basically going to be stronger going into tanks and high HP duelist. The anti-street charge buff went from 3 seconds. The anti-street charge got buffed. The anti-mobility zone duration went from 3 seconds to 5 seconds, allowing him to basically control objectives a lot longer. And we're going to get into these duelists. First duelist, Blade. Blade got a damage buff. His ancestral sword primary went from 24 to 26 per hit. Whirlwind slash went from 15 per tick to 16. And he got a healing nerf. Bloodline Awakening healing was reduced from 35 to 25%, lowering how often he could sustain his one-on whatever battles. All right, how does it impact his gameplay? Higher burst damage, but less self-healing, sustain, stronger in kill confirmed scenarios, weaker in attrition details. I think I said that right. All right, attrition duels. I said details. Wow. Pretend I didn't say that. All right, continue. Duelist hit our new Even Torch. His Blaze Blast got a buff. So Blazing Blast got a buff. Charging time went from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds. The damage went from 40 to 45. Fire Cluster got some changes to projectile spread, slightly reduced. Damage per projectile went from 5 to 5.5. Damage fall now reaches 60% at 20 meters instead of 30 meters, meaning this is like shorter effective range. Sorry. Daredevil, I think he lost like an anchor or something like that, so all he did was lose 25 HP. I say thank you, because they're not really, like I said, I think he's a baseline. They're not really gonna probably do too much to him. If they have to, they will, but this is a start. And Miss Set Fire to the Rain herself, Phoenix, they buffed her ult, went from 400 to 500. Punisher went from Punisher's damage buff, he received a damage buff. His adjudication, oh my god, I'm adding letters. Adjudication damage went from 19 to 20. And that's pretty much it for Punisher, just 19 to 20. Phoenix's ult got buffed, her health, more so of her ult got buffed. And then the last of our duelists, Wolverine, his ultimate got a little rework. Last Stand can now target walls, adds vertical mobility and surprise engagement angles, making him more unpredictable in tighter maps. Also, Psylocke The cost for her ultimate got increased. It went from 2,800 to 3,500 to 3,400, which is pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking y'all were playing her like Secret Spider-Man, just building alt, so only, you know, just alt dependent people. But I ain't hating. Let's get on to Scarlet. She just received buffs around all received buffs in multitude of areas. Her burst charge went from 0.08 to 0.1. Her dark seal projectile speed went from 40 to 60. Spell field delay removed, so it's instant activation, and reality erasure pool speed is 2.4 to 3. That's what's up, you know. This will basically allow her to have faster combos and is more reliable long range with her damage. And overall, you know, congratulations to her community. I still think she'll be a little bit of a can, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. Beautiful fan art by a person named Nox. I don't know how you say that, but that's their Reddit username. They made this art. Just want to give them credit because it's pretty. These are the 6 strategists that were changed: Gambit, Invisible Woman, Loki, Luna Snow, Rocket, Ultron. Alright, Gambit ultimate costs more, just like Invisible Woman. Both their ultimates have went from 4,300 to 4,500, and they're trying to bring back Loki. So what they did was they did some buffs to his illusion, doppelganger damage, and healing ratio went from 80% to 90%. Basically trying to bring back flank Loki. And our last 3 healers that got changed were Luna Snow, Rocket Raccoon, and Ultron. Luna Snow can now heal herself through something called Idle Ore, and her projectile speed was increased from 60 to 80 ms. And Rocket Raccoon, they increased his ult. So the healers kind of got some nerfs. Not too bad though, not too bad. But they are bringing back my Ultron. Not my Ultron, but I like Ultron. I did not like the nerf. That's why I'm saying like my Ultron. I didn't appreciate the nerf. Plus flyers are kind of slow, but I understand why they're slow. But he now has 2 drones, so Imperative can now deploy 2 drones and support 2 allies at once. So, you know, ChatGPT for the carry, AI for the win again. I like Ultron. That was a beautiful rework in my opinion. And I think that's pretty much it for the patch notes. Season 5.5 is looking pretty nice. They're, like I said, they're finding balance, doing a pretty good job at it. Rogue comes out tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe, or don't. You can hit that dislike button too if you don't fuck with me. Engagement. Everybody stay safe. This was KayoticVerse. Peace.